Yeah. It's the B-I-G-F-A-T-H-R with a B. I'm in the game room and you're rocking with me. So go ahead and grab you some tea and coffee. Hey, we gon' roll up the weed. And we gon' tune into the creepy spooky. And with that being said, I'ma just shut the F up so you can see.
Between these house niggas and police in the field, killing niggas at will, getting acquitted, bragging that they did it. Judiciary system giving niggas 25 to life, cause they black and not white. You fighting Uncle Sam's war, for what? To come back cripple blind and crazy, get treated like a second-class citizen driving Miss Daisy. Real niggas getting treated like popsicles.
How you act when you are out of control. I don't want to ever see my mother have to go through this again. Never, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, I hate you, mother. I hate you. Stuff is out of control. Don't Jeffrey, I kill you. God damn it. Look at me, motherfucker. I can kill you.
What's your name, Pat?
I can kill you.
Remembering their appearance, their physical beauty. I also wanted to keep something. If I couldn't keep them there with me whole, at least I felt that I could keep their skeletons. And I even went so far as planning on setting up an altar with the 10 different skulls and skeletons.
And what was the purpose of the altar going to be?
As a sort of memorial. A point where I could, I don't know. It's so bizarre and strange, it's hard to describe.
I eat little baby's ice cream. It keeps me young. It keeps me light on my feet. I spring from activity to activity. I love my job. I love my life. When you eat little baby's ice cream, you'll wink and nod and hug and high-five each other with great enthusiasm. This is a special time.
His corpse.
His actual dead body was up in the club, dripped out, wearing a bunch of designer shit.
No, bro, no. This dead body. No, bro. Out the casket. How you know that's the real body?
The family spoke about it, and they said that this is what he always wanted, and this is what we gave him after he died.
His body on stage? Out.
On stage, wearing some designer shit. He's wearing a Amiri. He got an Amiri hoodie on.
Damn, bro, that's weird, bro. Man, that's some other shit, bro.
Man, that shit giving me chills, bro. Glad I don't want to look at it.
Actually dead. It's said that when you die, your brain lives on for 7 whole minutes and recreates your memories in a dreamlike state, flashing your whole life before you. As time moves differently when we're awake, rather than in our dreams, 7 minutes can feel like 7 minutes, or 100 years. Stephen Hawking actually said that when we find the God particle, the world could end in a day. And in 2012, we found it. What if the world did end in 2012 in an instant, and we've been living in our consciousness? Maybe that's the reason why ever since the year 2012, the world has gotten so much weirder.
I really don't think I'm ever gonna be able to escape this shit. Listen to it. Listen to that pounding. Jesus. I mean, this is my whole closet right here. It's my kitchen. And here we go with this shit again. I'm just gonna wait and see how long it goes for, because I never know. Stop! Okay, that works. Okay, so it seems to be wanting to happen now more in the afternoon, but just to prove that there's nothing there. Jesus Christ. Oh. You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Okay. Hi guys. My name is Roy, and and for the most evil invention in the world contest, I invented a child molesting robot.
I beg your pardon, what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll speak up.
It's a robot that is designed to molest children. And I call it Robo Chomo. You see, it's powered by solar rechargeable fuel cells, and it costs pennies to manufacture. And it can, theoretically, molest twice as many children as a human molester in, quite frankly, half the time. So, do I win the contest? It seems like I win. Seems like I win.
Oh my God!
This might just all be a conspiracy, but what if the Earth had more than just 7 continents? And Antarctica was just a giant ice wall that kept us from seeing the rest of the continents? What if once you made it past the ice wall, you'll find the 20 continents that are really being hidden from us? And what if there was a map that showed this? There are theories that these continents contain prehistoric animals, aliens, and advanced civilizations, and that the 7 continents that we are living in is actually a giant farm or business owned by a small handful of families that make up the filthy rich in the real world, or in the other continents that we don't know about.
I eat children. I eat children.
Children.
How old are you?
12.
Oh, okay. Only to 10.
Only to 10. That's good. That's good.
Children and pineapple.
Children and pineapple.
I eat children. Children and pineapple.
Children and pineapple.
Children and pineapple.
I eat children. How old are you? 12. Oh, okay. Only to 10.
Did you know that the remains of 6 million people are buried beneath Paris? The Holy Innocents Cemetery in Paris was built in the 12th century, but by the 1700s, it was full, and the country needed a place to bury its dead. The bodies were exhumed and moved to the old mining tunnels underneath Paris. The Catacombs are 200 miles of old tunnels that Paris was built on top of. Eventually, the bones were organized into elaborate structures and decorative features inside the tunnels. However, many people say that you can hear voices echoing about the tunnels at night. But what's more interesting is that the police stumbled upon a full cinema and bar inside the catacombs, and when they came back the next day, everything had vanished. They only found a note left behind that read, "Do not try to find us."
People, they remember these robber emojis. More than 90% of people said yes, and some said they have used it. But the truth is, these emojis never existed, and here are a few more. Looney Tunes, the cartoons many of us have seen, wasn't actually spelled like this. This is how it's actually spelled. We all remember Pikachu having a black stripe on his tail, but he never actually had one. Monopoly, the board game all of us have played. We know that the Monopoly man always had a monocle, But in fact, he didn't. He never had one. And finally, the song we've all heard, "We Are the Champions." For some reason, we all thought that the song ends with the lyrics, "We are the champions of the world." But these were never the lyrics. The song actually ends with just, "We are the champions."
On Earth. This is the deepest man-made hole on Earth. It goes 7.5 miles deep and took 19 years to dig. Many strange things were discovered during the dig, but when they lowered a microphone all the way down this hole, they caught this audio. Leading many to think that the digging penetrated the gates of hell, allowing the screams of the dead to be heard. So, did we accidentally open the gates of hell? And more importantly,
the gods and the earths, like the 5% nation, the Nation of Islam. It's not the same thing, but affiliated in a way. It always was intriguing to me because they was out there hustling and doing their thing, but at the same time, they had a lot of knowledge. I had a group of friends in school, and we were all interested in this information. And we were actually cut out of school to go to the library because we realized that school wasn't teaching us about the history of our culture and our people. I had bumped into some other books that these Muslim brothers used to sell on the streets. The author was Dr. Malachi Z. York. His books just opened my eyes even wider. Simple things like when you say amen after you pray, where does that come from? The origin of the Bible, the origin of the Quran. And I came across the word Illuminati. I wanted to put what I was learning into the music, but I didn't want to turn the fans off. So I decided to plant seeds.
About a year later, after this song comes out, Jay-Z drops his debut Reasonable Doubt, and on it he has a song called The Evils. What is the Illuminati? If you could break down what it is that we're actually talking about when we say Illuminati.
It's a group that was formed in the 1700s, something like that, 1600s. This dude named Adam Weishaupt. He started this group of people, powerful, rich people that basically could shape popular opinion and the way, the world is gonna move forward. The word means the illuminated ones. Light is information. You know what I mean? Oh, you see the light now. I found out the origin of the information that they were teaching. It basically comes from this group called the Essenes in Egypt. These are the original black culture. They're the scholars, doctors, scientists, esoteric thinkers, and they just knew how to do stuff. For example, look at the pyramids. Nobody understands how the pyramids were built. These are the people that had that knowledge. Eye of Horus, the pyramid, those are artifacts and things from black culture. They represent certain things of our people from ancient black history of Egypt. You know what I mean? Ancient Egypt. You got these group of people, they break into the tombs, they steal the riches, the gold and the mummies, and they rape and pillage our culture. They got you thinking your own people and your own artifacts and your own symbolism is evil.
Is this card game warning us of the future? The card game was released in the 1990s, and it seemed to predict world events with startling accuracy. The card game included references to events such as 9/11, natural disasters, and even the pandemic. This card game was called the Illuminati New World Order. Many believe that this card game was created by the Illuminati themselves as a way to communicate their plans to the world. Others believe that it was just a coincidence. But with so many events seemingly predicted by this game, it's hard to ignore the eerie similarities. But whether it's fact or fiction, one thing is for sure. The Illuminati and their alleged plans for a new world order remain shrouded in mystery and intrigue. And so do the questions.
No one is outraged. No one is with. If you want to be, okay, whatever. It's cool. I'll be fine for that. When a motherfucker even tell me they love me, it make me feel funny because I feel so much fucking hate, bro. When that motherfucker tell me y'all respect me, I feel fucking funny because I feel so much rape, bro. I feel so much fucking rape, nigga. When the last time you see me around a nigga that went on salary, nigga? I don't know what a friend is, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? This really some years of Britney Spears shit, nigga. The same paparazzi that I slammed at the airport when they gave me my first piece of medication was the exact same paparazzi that photographed Britney. TMZ, 30-mile zone. That is what Hollywood is. Once you go in there, them niggas is around you. They gonna surround you. They in charge of that shit. They in charge of your fucking narrative. They in charge of your bank account. They in charge of your cars. They in charge of your record labels. They in charge of your football contracts. They in charge of your houses. And I'm saying, niggas be coming to me really like, working me talking about something. When I'm gonna apologize? When they gonna apologize to me? When they gonna apologize to us?
Yeah. Facts.
Aborting us, locking us up, putting drugs in front of us, locking up all our leaders and calling them gang leaders. Who else is gonna put the community together? And anybody that could put the community together, they put them under the jail. And when I talked to Trump, he ain't never get Trump. Trump could have freed Larry, bro.
Fuck Trump.
You know what I'm saying? So Trump, look, you want our support? You have to promise, nigga, in writing on your life, you gonna free Larry, bro. And that's not just it. The communities, nigga, it's so many acres in America. We don't have to stay in the inner city. We don't have to stay on top of each other. They motherfucking made the Twix double the size, trying to make us fat. They doing this inclusive shit. They just made that girl Paloma the head model. They trying to push fucking obesity to us. They put us in a McDonald's commercial. They put your brother in a McDonald's commercial. They try to put me in a McDonald's commercial. McDonald's kills you, my nigga. They not putting healthy shit. You can grow fucking food right off the side of the ground, my nigga. You don't gotta pay for all this shit. And fuck all this Chanel shit we do to impress niggas going broke to impress other broke people, man.
There's 8 billion people in this world. I promise you that 99% of them will not accept this information. They'll think it's a bunch of
What do you think the codes will do once shared? How will that change things?
It will change your entire outlook about life. And so if and when you have the code, again, it will be totally different information for you. You're going to see things in a totally different light. Therefore, you translate things like the common man. You have to learn it. You have to understand it. You have to know the code, because the Bible has a code. Ask yourself, why are they hiding the fact there are UFOs? Why is it such a big secret? Everybody knows. Anybody with half brain will know that they're hiding it for a reason. Everybody knows UFOs exist. You have to be a moron to think that you're a speck in the universe and that there's only life here. Why are they hiding it? Because they're using free energy. This specific star, the Pyramid Star, it is a spiritual, known as the spiritual star. At the Pyramid Star, something is going on there, I don't know what, that brings you to the 10th dimension. There's nobody alive that I know today that can reach the 10th dimension. And this is the holy of the holiest place on earth. The reason it's the holy of the holiest places is because this is the energy center of the universe. There are 36 energy centers in the world. This is the most powerful energetic power, and it's coming right from that rock. The fights that you see in Israel, it's not a religious fight. It's about this energy center. They want to get it because of its energy. And by the way, this energy can create free energy. This is all fake. The media is all fake. Politics is all fake. This is a brainwashing system that's been done for many, 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 many years. It didn't start today. It didn't start in the last 10 years. So you are in a position today where I started in 2010, where you're seeing the world in a different light from a different perspective. It's all about an agenda. You think he's doing it for a greater good.
You
can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it.
You can't believe anything you see these days. These glasses aren't even real. Neither is my face. All this stuff was 3D tracked on using these dots that I drew on with this marker. Actually, the marker isn't real either. Neither is the background. Or my face. Have a good night.
These guys are central casting. There's nobody in Hollywood that looks like these people.
Hey, what's up? I'm Tony Hawk, and I recently became an ambassador for Liquid Death Mountain Water. Apparently, I didn't read the fine print, and now Liquid Death officially owns my soul. And my blood, too? I don't know, it's very confusing. They're taking my blood, and we're gonna use it for skateboard graphics. So they're gonna mix my blood into the paint and do a limited run of skateboards using my real blood in the graphics. But some of the profits will go towards killing plastic pollution and to building skate parks in underserved communities. Yeah, so I guess go to liquiddeath.com to get skateboards with my blood in it.
Aliens are actually monitoring us. Alien sightings have been fairly common and commonly written off. However, if you notice the trend in which sightings increase, it's usually during war periods where there's a threat of nuclear war. There was a spike in UFO sightings when World War II was ongoing, and recently with the war in Ukraine, the UFO sightings have spiked again. There's a theory that the reason for the increased UFO sightings is that the aliens are monitoring us, because a nuclear war is not just bad for our planet, but bad for theirs as well. Upon the threat of a nuclear war, the aliens will descend to assess the threat of their own planets.
Talk to y'all something about this Sunday. A lot of y'all dressing up, putting your wigs on and putting on the best Sunday outfits, and you're going into these houses of worship and you're worshiping God today. Called the Son of God. You know, there was a time they used to call us the people of the sun. Then they said we were sun worshipers back in the day. We wasn't worshiping no sun. You done took the you, capped it off and put an O, and now you got us all worshiping your son. You know, back in the day, they told us that the body was the temple. That's your church, and God live in you. But now they want you to worship some God outside yourself, living up in the sky, sitting on the throne with a bunch of naked babies around. Y'all seen them pictures they drew of God up there with all them babies with no clothes on, with no mama around? Makes you wonder. But let me ask you something, baby. Let me tell you, as long as you don't think God live in you and live outside you, They gonna harness all your spiritual power, baby. Them churches are harnessing sinners to pull all your energy in. And your pastors and your priests, they all went to them schools of theology, supposed to be. Well, who taught them about God? Did they look like them? Who wrote the curriculum about all these organized religions that they force-fed everybody? Got you bowing down to their symbols and their holidays, a lot of certain star systems and things. It's all spell work, baby. Do I believe the Bible? I believe there's a lot of truth in that book, but also some of us old girls know that book was used for a lot of spell casting, full of astrology and numerology with your 12s and your 3s and your 6s and your 7s. Mama gonna give you some breadcrumbs, but it's up for you babies to go ahead and do the homework. But I'm gonna ask you a question, all y'all rocking your symbols of executions around your neck. Yeah. Because when Jesus was hanging on that cross, they had a bow to the left of him and to the right of him. Both ways. They was killing people that way. Symbol of execution. So let me ask you something. They would have killed that boy by hanging him. Would you all be wearing nooses around your neck? Makes you wonder. Bye.
Get ready for wars in the name of the free. Vaccinations for illness that will never be, the assault on your children's impressionable minds, and a microchipped world. You'll put up no fight. Information suppression will keep you in tone. Depopulation of peasants was always our goal. But eugenics was not what we hoped it would be. Oh yes. It was us that funded Nazis. But as long as we own all the media too, what's really happening does not concern you. So just go on watching your plasma TV, and the world will be run by the ones you can't see.
Cover up. When Walt Disney passed away, it was rumored that his body was cryogenically frozen and hidden beneath the Pirates of the Caribbean ride in Disneyland. Disney had always been obsessed with cryogenics and was confident that in the future, when the technology had advanced, his consciousness could be reawakened and he could experience the future. It's alleged that someone working in the park leaked a photo of Walt Disney's body frozen on the internet, and to make it all go away, Disney produced the movie Frozen to change Google's search algorithm so that users searching the terms Disney and Frozen will be singing along to the movie and will never come across Walt Disney's frozen body. That is why.
Let's take rap music.
Let's take it.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons. So,
literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons.
I think everyone who's watching knows how I ended up in here.
I don't know if they do.
I'm pretty sure they do. Anytime you get it, I'm pretty sure they do, you know.
Sinister. Back in 2011, while working on board the Disney Wonder, 24-year-old Rebecca Corium suddenly vanished. At the time of her disappearance, Rebecca Corium was working with children aboard the Disney Wonder cruise ship, en route to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico from Los Angeles. Corium was last seen on the CCTV footage on March 22, 2011, at 5:45 a.m. in the crew lounge talking on an internal phone line, wearing men's clothing and acting visibly distressed. After that, she was never seen or heard from again. Disney has claimed that a rogue wave washed her overboard, but the evidence didn't sit right, and after more investigation, it turned out that the CCTV footage that was presented was cropped, and the slippers that Disney claimed to be hers actually belonged to another crew member. It was rumored that she could have been sexually assaulted and murdered, but with all the fake evidence that Disney presented in the investigation, many people believe that.
Companies that profit when there's an energy crisis, military-industrial complex that profits when it's a war, pharmaceutical companies that profit when there's a pandemic. You're creating the necessity for ongoing crisis.
Yes.
If the elites in the society benefit from situations that are detrimental to everybody else, that's what reality is going to become. That's what reality has become.
That's such an important point because that's almost undeniable.
And to say that they wouldn't do that because they value human life and morals and ethics over profit, that's never been exhibited. That's not true.
They are trapping your soul within the earth. You are body, mind, and soul. The soul is the watcher, the observer. The mind is the projector. The body is what the soul lands in when the mind projects you into. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. You are the consciousness experiencing the program being ran by the central nervous system. The central nervous system is playing the simulation that your consciousness is experiencing. Now, your body is the earth. 6 protons, 6 electrons, 6 neutrons. The body is the mark of the beast of the simulation. The soul-luring system is within yourself. The 7 planets are the 7 chakras. They are the 7 seals in the Bible because they seal your true soul form. What the archons are doing are keeping you in the lower states of consciousness by chemical food addictions and keeping you in fear so you identify as the physical body. Because the mind is the bridge between the soul and the body. By tricking your mind, it traps your soul in this physical body, which is the earth. Death has the word ether in it because when you die, you go from the physical to the astral plane. If you die with a false identification of the self in the lower states of consciousness, you will die with an extra veil on top of your soul which you need to strip off, which will then cause you to reincarnate into the physical world. Devil is deveil. You deveil yourself by lack of knowledge of wisdom of the self. Physical is the phi cycle. This is phi, the torus field, the cycle of the torus field. Birth certificates are basically the cooperation that you represent because you are identifying yourself with the physical body, the name. Because we have agreed that we are the body and we are the person on the paper, they have control over us on paper. Circles are the eternal plane, triangles are the ethereal, square is the physical. This is why we say think outside the box. Da Vinci was showing you the man in the box and the famous toy of Jack in the Box. In order to go from matter to spirit and ascend up to God, which is not God, it's your true soul form, to get yourself out of the simulation, you have to detach from all of the physical world and detach your mind from these material things. All of the fast food restaurants are red, orange and yellow because they're keeping you stuck and bound to the lower states of consciousness, the materialistic chakras. If you want to bet, they are trapping your soul within the earth.
Got to go out and kill blacks no more. We just drop off some liquor in their town and some guns and they do it themselves. If it was my option every weekend, I would go up to Chicago with a big truck full of whiskey and crack, marijuana, and a ton of guns and bullets and tell them have at it and just drop it off right in the middle of town. And then go home and watch my Monday morning news and laugh the whole time.
When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka.
See, they wasn't worried about the delivery when these kids in Chicago were talking about smoking on Tuka. They wasn't worried about the delivery. I ain't got no manners for no slut. I'm gonna put my thumb in her butt. The delivery? I like girls kissing girls where I'm from, and that's on the radio. Girls on girls, that's promoting lesbianism to my daughter as we driving to school. This song they playing with Drake. Y'all worried about the delivery? These niggas talking about killing each other. They really, that nigga Thug said, nigga, I shot at your mama. You don't mention me no more. He really shot that nigga mama. And y'all worried about my delivery? These niggas are confessing to murders on songs. And y'all worried about my delivery? The conditions of black sucking them, talking about booty holes. Y'all worried about my delivery?
The eye of the Sahara be the lost city of Atlantis. We might have been looking in all the wrong places for the location of the lost city of Atlantis, since everyone assumes it must be under the ocean somewhere, such as in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean. Some theorists have proposed The remains of the ringed city Plato spoke of in the 4th century can be found in the African country of Mauritania. A strange formation known as the Eye of the Sahara could be the mythical city's true location. When viewing aerial photos of the eye, there are large white spots visible. These are actually pockets of salt on the surface of the sand. This indicates that there was ocean water that flowed over this area in the last 12,000 years. The Sahara Desert used to be a lush, green climate. After a huge flood about 11,600 years ago, everything was stripped away, leaving behind a deserted wasteland.
And because the human body has an electromagnetic field that surrounds it, we are deeply interconnected to that hologram through things like quantum entanglement. And reality itself is based on infinitely nested electromagnetic fields. The Earth gets its electromagnetic field from the sun. We get our electromagnetic field from the Earth. The sun gets its electromagnetic field from the galaxy from the universe, etc. Now, each of these stars that are in the galaxy are all quantum entangled with one another, and this is part of the reason why they choose to do these rituals, whether it be sex magic rituals or sacrifice rituals or whatever, during certain astrological alignments and certain star alignments, etc., certain phases of the moon, certain phases of the sun, etc. Equinoxes, solstices, Halloween, etc. Now, because they're doing it at these days and at these times, let's say, for example, with sex magic rituals, what they are doing is they are doing these rituals so that they can conceive their children during this ritual. And this ritual is affecting the quantum realm. It is affecting the quantum entangled universe, so that one of these entities from this other dimension can move through these windows that are in space and time, that are open during these times of astrological alignments, full moons, etc. And when these entities come into these physical bodies, and they are doing so based on the ritual within the circle, within the ritual area that is affecting the quantum realm. So it's almost like they're opening up a portal or a doorway for these entities to come from this other dimension into this dimension. Now, it's also important to note here that a lot of these families have royal bloodlines, which means that their DNA is attuned to these dimensions and have been attuned to them for millennia. So when we talk about like this idea of shape-shifting or something like that, what we're kind of talking about is this electromagnetic field that surrounds the body is a electromagnetic field that is not per se quote-unquote human, because all the way down to a DNA level, we are sending and receiving light and information. If you look into the Heart Math Institute, the antenna on the DNA, etc., then what has happened is that these antenna on the DNA and the DNA itself are attuned to this other frequency, to this other dimension that is connected to these other star systems, which are essentially different planes of consciousness or different dimensions. So when they do these sex magic rituals or when they do these sacrifice rituals, they are either taking energy from that other dimension to bring it into ours, or taking energy from our dimension and sending it to theirs. And this is how this cycle is repeated. And a lot of the time they're doing these things on electromagnetic ley lines. And because they're doing them on electromagnetic ley lines, they are affecting the quantum entangled electromagnetic field of Earth and all the galaxy, all the universe. So all of this stuff intertwines in one way or another. When we talk about shape-shifting, what we're talking about is the electromagnetic field that surrounds the body ends up transforming into its true form, which is this other dimensional world. Some people call them reptilians. I prefer to call them demonic entities. And when people do these sacrifice rituals and stuff like that, when they get into Satanism, the occult, the Luciferian side of things, what they're actually doing is they are allowing, especially when they move up in a higher position, they're allowing these demonic entities to possess their bodies. And in the process, they basically become more and more quote-unquote reptilian or more and more demonic. And that's why as they move higher and higher up into the satanic pyramid, they have to do more and more evil rituals so that they can, like what David was saying, they can produce more and more loosh or more of this negative energy that gets sent back to the dimension from whence they came. And it also lowers the frequency of the planet, of the collective human consciousness, and it kind of keeps us below this glass ceiling of self-awareness that has been created by these individuals for millennia.
I gotta get my... Calm down! Calm down!
The Purge was actually a real terrifying event. As terrible as it may seem, the horror film was inspired by a true story that occurred in 217 BC and ended around 497 BC. The event was a week long, and it was called Saturnalia. It was celebrated by ancient Romans. From December 17th to December 25th, people could do whatever they wanted, including sacrificing each other to the gods. Throughout the week, slaves were allowed the freedom to talk and do anything they wanted without fear of being arrested. Although this was exciting for many ancient Romans, it frequently became quite dark when people went too far. The story goes on to say that during this occasion, false kings would be crowned and given the authority to force people to do whatever they pleased.
Bald spots, I call you gone! Hair! Grow! Hair! Grow!
What are causing these strange lights, UFOs or spirits? The Brown Mountain Lights are a phenomenon that has been observed in the Brown Mountains of North Carolina for over 100 years. The lights are described as strange, ghostly orbs that appear in the night sky. They range in color from blue to yellow to white, and they move and dance in the sky. The cause of the lights is still unknown. Many theories have been proposed to explain the Brown Mountain Lights. Some people believe that the lights are caused by natural phenomena, such as swamp gas, while others believe that they are the ghost lights of the Cherokee Indians who lived in the area. There are also theories that the lights are caused by UFOs or even time travelers. Many people have reported experiencing a feeling of unease or even fear when they see the lights, leading to speculation that the lights may be connected to some sort of paranormal activity. Despite over a century of research, the cause of the Brown Mountain Lights remains a mystery.
There are 1,833 of them that have been living underground between 100 and 200 miles beneath the surface. They've been here, some of them have been here a long, long time. They have lifespans that are thousands of years. They're carnivorous. They are not friendly to mankind, at least the ones that are here.
Are you saying carnivorous, they eat humans?
Yes. And they won't eat a dead human. It has to be alive at the time of the killing. Their preference is children.
If this is truly the case, it would explain where a good portion of the missing children go and how so many children vanish each year without a cause.
You know, and we've been told, people say, well, you better not talk about the reptilians. Well, you know, bull. Why not? According to the Andromedans, they're responsible for 31,712 children disappearing in the last 25 years from the United States. And I'm supposed to just shut up and not say anything about it because people don't want to hear it? That's tough. You know, Westchester County, in the last 5 years, 3,000 children in Westchester County, New York, have vanished without a trace. Where are they going? Why are we allowing this to happen? Why should people stay in denial about it?
Now, how are they able to do it? How are they able to come up out of this from underground?
Tunneling systems everywhere. They're being helped by the Greys, and also there are groups within the higher echelon that are actually helping them acquire this.
So human beings are abducting the kids and giving them to the Greys, who in turn give them to the Alpha Draconans?
That's right. That's part of the deal. They won't come up as long as we feed them down there.
What's really going on beneath us? There is a theory that there are deep underground bases that connects all of the United States, as well as every continent on the planet, using underground tunnels. It is also said that horrible things happen in these tunnels. The underground bases are also said to be extremely advanced, using a super fast train to get around. Well, Elon Musk recently started a tunneling company, which mysteriously got discontinued. Was it because they discovered something underground? Something that we humans were not meant to find.
Sold his soul to the devil so he could play the blues. That's the myth, that's the folklore. So Robert Johnson, that's where the mysterious number 27 comes from too. Like, a lot of people die at 27 in the music world. He passed away at 27 years old, so you've got like Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain. So it's kind of a mystery folklore of selling your soul to the devil to play the blues. Why is that number significant in music too?
At age 27, I will leave this earth for this man right here.
Why did NASA stop exploring the ocean? It's alleged till date that we've only explored less than 5% of our oceans, and there are many things yet to be discovered. Tales of the Kraken, the Megalodon, and many mythical creatures living in the ocean might not just be a myth anymore. In 1958, NASA started exploring the deep ocean, charting and mapping out the ocean floor. However, on June 28, 1978, this program was abruptly halted, and NASA immediately got to work trying to get us off the planet. So, what is really living deep in the ocean? What did NASA discover?
In the meantime, what has been going on at the White House? Why is the place dark? Why has there been Joe Biden himself was locked out of the White House, couldn't get in. He has not been at the White House despite anything you may have heard otherwise from day one. All right? We have shown you videos on this broadcast in the past that citizen journalists have taken where they have gone near the White House at a time when some big press conference is supposed to be taking place on the White House lawn or that sort of a thing, and you're seeing it live on television. You know, CNN, MSNBC, whatever, are broadcasting these things, but there's nobody there. The crowd that you see is not at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. They have a fake White House. They have Hollywood sets that they put together, a replica of the White House, which exists in Atlanta, Georgia, is being used as the semi-official White House of this fake presidency. The whole thing is a psyop. The whole thing is CGI. We've seen Joe Biden with his hands going right through a microphone, green screen behind him, holographic images. The whole thing is a fake.
There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes in Hollywood that nobody knows about. And if they did, it might not exist anymore.
To disclose too much, but I will tell you, I am Hollywood. I'm their baby. You know what I'm saying? So some shit, I just can't be like telling. It's a lot of people that got fucked off behind trying to be where my mom and dad is at the top. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you gotta just be real cool, you gotta be real evil with how you think. You know? Like, my daddy is Lucifer and my mom is God. You understand me? So I'm a very special case. Dig it? So I can't put myself in position to be just like talking about people. Like, people got smoked, people got kidnapped, a lot of people got fucked off behind Hollywood, bro. And they're dwelling right there. That's all I can tell you.
If you knew that there's medicine that doesn't have side effects that can actually heal you, you would no longer be a customer. If you knew that there's free electricity, you would no longer be a customer. If you knew that certain foods are poisoning you and causing you to get on the hamster wheel of needing medication that doesn't actually heal you, you would no longer be a customer. Everything is about sucking stuff out of you. You know the movie The Matrix where everybody's hooked up to thing, bro? Like, I'm not trying to be crazy. Bro, but like it's kind of like that. Like, the more I look, it's everywhere, bro. Once you start to see the fence around you everywhere that they've built so that you can only go so far, you start to realize that it truly is a prison planet. It really is, and they're attempting to push it even further. That's That's why there's a war on information. They don't want the free exchange of ideas because that threatens their stranglehold on your dependence on them. Anyway, have a great Conspiracy Friday or whatever today is.
When they tell you we'll fly you out, we want to have a sit down with you, they're going to put something in your drink, your food, some type way. Even when they accidentally bump up against you, they have a needle that hits you. You don't even know what it was. It feel like a mosquito bite, but they just hit you with a needle, and then 5 minutes later you fall asleep. You don't even remember nothing. They just put a chip in your neck, man. Farrakhan is chipped. He got the same chipping process as Gaddafi. And I wouldn't be surprised if they cloned Farrakhan and killed the real Farrakhan. And y'all probably say, well, gosh, that don't make sense. Why would they want to kill Farrakhan and keep, because they want to work his mind? The man is very intelligent. See, a lot of time they want to keep you alive just to pimp your brain. And when they put you under hypnosis and MLK and they can chip you, you totally submissive to them. Do you know when they put a chip in your body that they can go all the way back 30, 40 years and you can tell them things that you didn't want to tell them?
You made it to the end. Hey, I said you made it to the end. Hey, I said you made it to the end. The BIGFATHER came to win. Hey, I said you made it to the end. Hey, I said you made it to the end. TODDLER, and I'm the man. The BIGFATHER came to win. With that being said, I'm out of here until the next time. We are in the game room. We just checked out 45 creepy, scary, and spooky, strange videos that hit the internet. Man, with that being said, we gonna get this interview and I'll be back in the next one. You dig?
It's pretty sick. But I'll tell you about that in a second. First, I wanted to tell you about the cloning stuff, okay? Now, human cloning, I have to tell you, it's been done since at the end of World War II, okay? I'll tell you how they got it, and the whole shebang, like 33rd degree Freemason knowledge. I'm probably going to die for this somewhere along the line. Now, there's replication cloning where it comes up as a baby, right? Put the cells in, make the same person as a baby. Well, there's duplication cloning as well, where they grow you in a big, thick tank full of water. And, well, there's a few different grades of cloning. There's Mark 1 to 4 that I know of. And the problem I'm having is with the Mark 2. The thing is, Mark 1 was around at the end of the World War II, but it was a primitive clone, lots of side effects. Anyway, this is even on the net. Before I started blasting on the net about this, somebody said something about the Mark 1 to 4 clones, and the first one being called the organic robotoid. And that's what it was called, even though there's no robotic parts in it at all. Anyway, Mark II is an REM-driven clone. Okay, now what that means is when you go to sleep, the Illuminati, this is their main form of communication too. They don't call people on the phone. They don't meet at the Bohemian Grove anymore. Since they got cloning, they meet at the cloning station when they go to sleep. Each of them, I don't know how they do it exactly, okay, or else I'd know how to block it. But they can transfer your consciousness into a clone at the cloning station if they have a clone of you. And they used to have to use a tissue sample from you, or I guess they said the cells from a woman's pap smear is like really rich in the cells to make one of these duplicate clones. They used to use kids' foreskins that were discarded at the hospital that got removed. That's what happened to me. But now they said they've upgraded the technology in the last 10 years, so now they only need blood. What they used to do with the tissue, well, they could also, they used to set this little oil drill looking thing over a person's forearm, strap their arm to a chair. And this drill, it had things on it that opened up, right? Now, it would go in, and when it spun, these things would open up. But then when it stopped, the things would close again. Now this is done. It goes in, comes out, in, comes out. And what it was doing, it has to agitate the tissue. They told me when I was a kid. to a certain degree. I guess, like they said, the easiest way to tell a person in layman's terms about it is, you know, when you have a hangnail and you pull it off, and the white stuff that accumulates inside, and eventually it'll form like a scab and new skin, and it'll grow over. Well, to get that white stuff to really work good, they agitate the tissue a certain amount of times. Now they just agitate blood from like a blood sample even. And yeah, cloning is very prevalent. It's like a secret thing among the like elite. They use it for their crazy stuff. You name it, they've done it. Like jump off cliffs, everything. I know all about it. The thing was, when I was memory repressed, I was seeing other people becoming unmemory repressed, and I hated this place and these people. It's a bunch of scumbags doing nasty things to each other, right? Like, there's privileged ones there, and there's underprivileged ones there, and so people are pretty mean on people, and, well, I wanted them to do the awakening on me so I could go to the cops and get the cops on them. Well, the thing is, they are the cops, too. Like, this is the linchpin in how the Illuminati NWO works, because like most of the leaders from the G20 countries go there, about 14 of the G20 countries, and then there's leaders from countries that don't even fit in the G20 that go there too, right? And cloning, it's really normal. Well, Britney Spears made a video about this place because thing was, to get advertised and promoted and stuff, she had to basically sell her clone, use of her clone, at the cloning center. So the thing was, she signed up right away thinking, yeah, sure, I'll be famous. Well, the thing is, they wanted to use her every night. Old men and stuff. Old men and clones on her, and real people on her clones too. So she doesn't have dreams anymore. Oh, they make songs and stuff about this all the time, about stuck in the dreams, and Freddy Nightmare on Elm Street is based on this. Avatar is based on this too. They do it all the time, communicate this way, but the thing is, cloning is a flawed technology this way, because your mind isn't the same. You're more, it's kind of like, you know, how, did you ever see Pet Sematary by Stephen King, the movie?
Yeah.
Where they bury it and they come back whack? Well, they're almost as bad as that, and this is only one aspect of what they do. This is the biggest expose on the Illuminati guys ever, what they do, secret, right? Because the thing being, how I know is because I acted very loyal to them when in my 20s, right? Well, the thing was, if you don't act compliant there, they will beat the hell out of your clone, and it hurts just like real life. Right, like this, and they can turn it up to the pain threshold on a remote control. They have everything down, and people are scared to talk about this because of the lizard aspect and the fact they can just keep cloning you and torturing you and torturing you and torturing you. New body, because they make multiples of people. Some people are grown in the tank with deformities, and they just scrap those ones, throw them in the chipper. But the other ones, they keep them for backup bodies until they wear out the first one. Sex-wise, you know, I'm not trying to be vulgar or anything, but they do a lot of vulgar stuff there. They can also, if they apply a constant electronic current to your clone, you will have an aneurysm. If you're younger, it'll take a little bit longer with the electric current, but you will have an aneurysm. And that's what happened to Tila Tequila. She doesn't want to say that, though. The thing is, Tila Tequila was threatened not to talk about it. She was helping me for a minute. Are you familiar with Tila Tequila? Well, Tila has a clone running at the cloning center, and she has to, well, she pretty much sold it out for her shot at love thing. She doesn't want me to discuss the nefarious deeds that she's done at the cloning station, including to me. And, well, and I'm not really going to, because that's her business and all right, but well, I might discuss the stuff she did to me at a later date, a different show or something. It doesn't really matter right now. I'm trying to stick to the important stuff. But she's there. She's making like hinty little posts about her, she bounces to the fifth dimension. She used to think it was the fifth dimension. Should they tell people this, right? Because you open up your eyes there. You're like, where the hell am I? And you look at your hands, you're like, Did you guys kidnap me? That's what most people say. Am I kidnapped or something? How did I get here? Some people are drugged, so they think that it's a dream, or they're in the astral realm. That's what they tell people, right? The spirit realm depends on who you are, where you're from. That's what they tell you, and people just believe it because it's like real, right? Slap them in the face, it hurts, and you don't wake up, so it's not a dream, and man, it's not good. So anyway, I wanted to not attend these clone gatherings, and they were like, "We'll bring you here if we want to." I was like, "All right, well, I'll tell all on you." And I'm doing it on my Facebook page. I don't have the link up here, but you're on my Facebook page somewhere, I think. So I don't know if you have the link to show people or not, but yeah, I'm telling all about them, what they do there, and there's other stuff. Now, they have these clone parties, okay? And also they get, I'll just tell you flat out, because they showed me, they call it the catalog. They get the school pictures from schools all over North America, and they look at the cutest ones, and they get the medical stuff from them and clone them and use them for sex slaves. Not without the parents' permission, and it doesn't really matter if they had permission or not, right? You know. But this is what they do. I'm just telling you the severity of what they do there, right? Like, trust me, I am not a crackpot. And I don't get anything from this. I'm not writing a book or looking to write a book. I'm looking to crush these people. But the problem is they're the richest and most powerful people in the world, and I'm just one person, right? So
you said that they've got a facility. Do you know where that facility is? Is there an address or a building? Or?
Yes. They're in deep bases, right? Like there's Dulce base. It has an entire floor devoted to cloning, okay? Now, it also has another floor devoted to gene splicing. You should see some of the stuff I've seen. Beaver, rats, and all kinds of stuff. They're trying to make weapons for war, and they showed me everything. They thought I was loyal. They started showing me everything. They totally thought I was loyal. Like, my ex-family will not speak to me now. I said, I'm going to expose this. You guys are going to help me. And they said, we're not going to help you. We'll get killed right along with you.